I hate my boyfriend's girl best friend. My boyfriend, 22, his best female friend, D, 27, and I, 23, are studying the same degree. We started dating less than a year ago during spring break, but he and D have been friends since first semester. I knew her, but we weren't very close. She was one of the first to know that we were a couple and she was happy for us. I didn't think anything weird about it, until a few months ago. She calls him quite a lot. Almost 3 times a day. They're very brief calls and for mundane things, schedule, homework, tests, things that can be asked by text. My boyfriend doesn't hide anything from me, he always shows me that it's she who calls him and answers on loudspeaker. The first thing she does after greeting him is to ask, "Are you with her?" Me, and he says yes. Sometimes she calls him after 2 in the morning or when we are in the middle of intimacy, so it's annoying. What made me go from being annoyed to hating her was when we were assigned the same place for our practices. Everything was going well at first, sometimes she gave me rides in her car, offered to go buy me lunch and lent me work materials. I came to consider her a friend, until some time later. When other practitioners came, she got weird. She started referring to me as the idiot instead of my first name. If someone asked about a topic, she would say "this idiot knows" or "ask this idiot about it." I never had many female friends, so I thought she was just being funny. Then she started criticizing me. If I made a mistake, didn't do things as she recommended me to or didn't support her in something, she would scold me as if she were my boss or my mom, always in front of the rest of the practitioners. I've always had a very peculiar humor, and I cannot hide it. If I'm in a bad mood, I don't want anyone to talk to me and I tend to snap back. When it happened, she immediately got angry and complained about me with the other practitioners, saying things like, "Doesn't it bother you that this idiot is so moody?" Or "Tell this idiot to change her mood," which made me feel down. In addition, she organized a weekly lunch outing with all the practitioners on Thursday, my only day off from the practice. I don't want to tell my boyfriend because they're very good friends, and since he's an only child he values his friendships very much. I also don't want to be the typical jealous girlfriend who forbids her boyfriend from having female friends. But I can't stand it anymore. I've come to hate my practice. I don't know why she acts like this with me. I know she doesn't want my boyfriend because she has been in a relationship for years, and I'm not a confrontational person to make her stop. I reached my limit. She called me a privileged princess because my parents are going to pay off my student debt when I graduate, while her parents took half of a scholarship she got. She doesn't know crap about me. I'll tell my boyfriend everything. I hate my boyfriend's girl best friend. She got her karma. For those of you wondering where my boyfriend is in all of this issue started less than a month ago, so it's not very recent. About the calls, apparently it's easier for her to call since she's a single mom and is often driving, but doesn't justify her calls at 2 in the morning. I told him weeks ago that it didn't make me feel comfortable and he immediately asked her to stop. I think that was what triggered her to be mean to me. When I came back from my practice I told him everything. I tried to be firm, but I started crying. I told him all the things that she has said, that she has done, and how she makes me feel. At all times I made it clear that I don't expect him to stop being friends with her, but to help me solve all this or at least understand why, maybe talking to her. He was furious, which is unusual for him. He told me that under no circumstances he would let someone treat me like that and that he didn't care if they'd been friends for years. After what I told him, he didn't want to talk to her anymore. He showed me their chats to confirm that there's nothing between them and apologized for not noticing sooner. I told him that I never doubted him, and that I kept quiet because didn't want to jeopardize their friendship. He scolded me for it and promised that I can always tell him everything. Now she ignores me. There's only 1 month of practice left, and after that I won't deal with her again. She made a passive-aggressive comment about girls needing their man to defend themselves and I told her at least my boyfriend cares about me, which made her go quiet. She always complains that her boyfriend is jealous, checks her phone and won't let her go out without his permission. She was also kicked out of her thesis group for never showing up for the meetings, so that would be it. I arranged my schedule so I wouldn't have to deal with her for the rest of my practice, and while it all worked out without confrontation on my part, I'm working on being able to set limits in the future.